Hi, what is up my dudes? I hope you're all doing well, doing great, doing grand, all of that. I'm super excited because I have some very good favorites to share with you guys from this past October. Maybe that's a bit too subjective, but to me they are very good. And I've been compiling my list all month and I am ready to share them with you guys. So let's get into it. So this October was definitely a month. Had some ups, had some downs, had some favorites, which I will share with you. Usually I start out my favorites videos with what I've been up to this month. And you know how if you've watched the last favorites for September, I was talking about like, what have I actually been up to? I've been up to nothing. Well, this month I've been up to literally everything. I feel like I've been making up for my lack of doing things in September. Oh, also this notebook just has my favorites written down in there, so if I look at it, just know that that's why. But I've been studying a lot. I'm off of school for this semester, but I've started to get back in the groove of studying for the class that I'm gonna be taking starting in January, and just like setting aside time to review the material so that I'll be ready when the time comes, because I have been quite a bit out of practice. So yeah, that has been one thing I've been working on a lot this month. It's been rough, and even just thinking about going back to school has been rough because I've really been just enjoying my time not being in school, but you know, there's a season for everything. So yeah, I've just been kind of shifting my focus a bit more towards that. Also, I have been up to cleaning and just like reorganizing my room and my wardrobe, because at the beginning of October, or maybe like the very end of September, one day I woke up and I was like, you know what? I'm going to completely reorganize my wardrobe Marie Kondo style, and I'm gonna do it all in one day. So I took literally all the clothes out of my closet and was like, yeah, I'm gonna fold these all and reorganize them in the day. I'm gonna be so productive. I'm gonna slay this task. So did that, and then maybe 3 hours in, I completely had a breakdown, just couldn't do it anymore, felt so overwhelmed. All my clothes were like all over my room, and it was just a mess. I'm like, even thinking about it, I'm getting flashbacks. It was not a good time. So for the rest of this month, for basically all of October, it has been me trying to undo the mess that I've made, or remedy the mess that I've made rather. I got bins, so I've been like folding stuff Marie Kondo style into bins. It's been a mess. My clothes have been all over my room for the past like month and a half, and it's been so overwhelming, but I think that I've finally started to get it under control. My room is not perfect by any means, but my clothes are organized in a different way now. That makes it a lot easier for me to like find certain things and like know what I have and stuff, but it took a long time to get there, and it was no small task as I thought when I started, but I'm happy to say that at least now I am kind of on the tail end of it and have pretty much organized my wardrobe, which is perfect timing because I'm gonna be moving in 2 months, but that's life. But yeah, that has definitely been another thing that has been weighing on me a bit this month, but I'm glad that I can now say I've done it, it's done, and now I don't have to wake up to a messy room every day. Hopefully more styling videos on the way, because I just could not do it with all of my clothes everywhere, but I think that I'll be able to do it more now, hopefully. So yeah, fingers crossed for more styling videos. Do you want music or clothing? I have a lot for both, but I'm actually gonna do clothing slash like purchases, because I've really been loving my clothing favorites this month that I have, and yeah, I'm very excited to share them with you. So first is this t-shirt that I'm wearing now. Love it, love it. Like, I can't even continue to talk about how I love it. Like, the graphic is so cute and unique. I love the pixelation, like the little micro dots of the star and the human forms, and this was sent to me by a brand called Trade Ecos, so go check them out. They also sent me a vest that I wore on my Instagram that I've also really loved. They're so cool, and I can't believe I didn't really know of them before, and it's great quality. The fit is just like the ideal baby tee fit. Like, it's not too cropped where my stomach is showing at all times. The sleeves aren't too tight, but it has the tight neckline, and it still has like that like flattering fit fit to your body. Love it. And the fit is a big deal for me. Like, it has to fit right, okay? So that has been one of my main favorites. Another favorite, I don't know if you're starting to see a trend here, but another one of my favorites has been this leather jacket that I got secondhand, and I absolutely love it. Like, are you kidding me? It has this huge star on the back and some studs and rivets and stuff, and then some stars on the sleeves, pink and tan leather. Like, are you kidding me? And it was about $49 or $50 on Mercari. I can't even believe I found it. I just randomly found it when I was browsing. I think it was recommended to me, but it is beautiful. It's a size large, so it's like perfect for me to layer stuff underneath, and I've been wearing it a ton this month. I've gone to the city a couple times, so I wore it then, and it kept me warm, and I just love it. Like, I just feel so cool wearing it, especially with this hair as well. I don't know why. Maybe I'm in my Lenny Kravitz era or something, but I've been loving it. So I guess my hair has also been a favorite because, I don't know, it feels very me. It feels very myself. And yeah, I did do it myself. A couple people have been asking. Another clothing favorite of mine have been these Miss Me jeans, which I'm obsessed with for some reason. They're the bootcut style and they're gray. I think a big reason why I love them so much is that they have a super long inseam, so they're baggy at the bottom. But something about these jeans, like anytime I have to wear pants, I automatically reach for these to put them on. Like, these are probably one of the only pants I've even been wearing this month because I just love them so much. They're fairly comfortable. They fit me like a glove. They're pretty soft. They were like $12 because I got them secondhand, and they're just perfect. I usually am not a fan of gray jeans or even the color gray in general, but for some reason these just do it for me. I love it. Also, I think I'm becoming a fan of like a gray bottom, like gray jeans, because you could wear a black top, you could wear a color top. The options are endless, and these just have the perfect fit. I've worn these in like 3 Instagram pictures at this point. I just can't get enough of these jeans. I'm gonna try to find them in other color denim and stuff, but I love these. I love these so much. I also have another pair of Miss Me jeans that were probably my favorite jeans when I got them maybe 6 or 7 months ago. So yeah, I guess I'm a stan of Miss Me. Okay, next category. What did I say? Music? My first music rec is a song called OnlyFans Content by Doo-Wop Kane. Don't judge it before you listen to it, okay? Something about this song, I don't know. It's just so good. I can't stop listening to it. I have been listening to it like every day for all month really, but the melody is so good. It's just a good song. Listen to it. Love it. Get into it. Yes. Another song I've really liked is Lone, I think is how you say it, by High C. Don't know how I found this song either because I've never heard of this artist before, but this song, something about it is so good and I just love it. For music recommendation, I don't have a reason why I like it. If it sounds good, I like it. Like, it's that simple. But yes, those are my 2 specific song recommendations. And then for like an album you need to check out is Endless by Frank Ocean. And yes, I know you're like, Frank Ocean, like that's popular, but I feel like Endless is the most underrated album or like project of his, and it's so good. For a long time I preferred Endless to Blonde. Like, that's how much I loved it, and I would listen to it every day when it came out. I just love it so much. I really want the vinyl of it. I don't have a record player, but if I got the vinyl for Endless, I would buy a record player. That's how much I like it. It sucks that it's only available on Apple Music. I may or may not have downloaded it a different way on my computer many years ago and transferred it to my phone. Totally didn't do that, so I have no idea what you're talking about. But it's so good. Like, something about it. That's all I can say, is like something about it is just good, but it's true. And I feel like it doesn't really get the attention it deserves because it's so hard to find, and then like you can't play each track individually. You kind of just have to listen to it, but you You can find a track list online, and my favorite tracks from it are Slide on Me and Death Wish. And when I saw him live, Endless had just released, so I got to see a lot of the songs from Endless live, which is also probably why I love it so much, because it also has like sentimental value and like brings back that memory. But I just love it. Please check out Endless if you're a Frank Ocean fan and you just haven't really given it a good listen. Go visit it because you're in for a treat. And even if you're not like super into Frank Ocean, listen to it because it's very good and I love it and it's very near and dear to me. And then my next album recommendation is the new Saw Baby album. I am so excited. Saw Baby was my top listened to artist for I think maybe 3 years. I don't know why, but something about his music, like something about it just clicks in my brain. So yeah, I'm a big Saw Baby fan, and the new album to me was so good. Dare I say top 3 Saw Baby album? I don't know, but very good. I love it. There's also a lot of tracks on there, so not all of them were like, wow, this is the best thing I ever heard, but at least 10 tracks are like, okay, this is definitely going into my playlist, like this is very good. And yeah, I just really like it, which is not surprising because I love all his other music, but his previous album I didn't really listen to that much, but this one I can tell I'm going to be having in rotation a lot. It just released yesterday, so I've only been able to give it one full listen, but I very much love it and I recommend checking it out, giving it a listen. So next we have media, I guess, and I don't have much media this month. There wasn't a lot of media that I watched where I was like, oh, I have to share this, but I did watch media that was like, oh, it was okay and it helped me pass the time, but nothing was like amazing, nothing I was super obsessed with. I did watch Made on Netflix this past week and I thought it was good. Very good story. It was well made. I think it was like a tier above your average Netflix show, and yeah, I thought it was really good. Margaret Qualley did her thing and I really enjoyed it actually. I was kind of looking forward to every night watching it while I eat dinner and just end my day. The acting was really good in it. I think it was good. Give it a watch if you have nothing else to watch. It's definitely worth the watch. It was a pretty sweet story. I've also been watching You season 3, but I haven't even finished it, which I feel like says a lot because I finished the other seasons in days. So I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of over Joe and his antics, but it is media that I have been watching this month, so I figured I'd mention it. And because I don't have like a ton of good media recommendations, I'm gonna just recommend one of my favorite shows in general. I actually haven't watched it at all this month, but I feel like I want to give you guys a little gift of the show. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch Nathan For You. I love that show so much. It's probably my favorite show, or one of my favorite shows, but like I'm obsessed with it. I love Nathan Fielder. That show is just a work of art, truly. Got me through some of my roughest times, literally makes me laugh out loud. Like, it's the best show in the world and you should watch it. I think it was on like Comedy Central or Adult Swim, but I watched it on Hulu and I will probably be rewatching it now that I'm talking about it and I'm remembering how much I love it. Such a gem. Like, I'm so jealous of you if you haven't seen it yet because you're in for a treat. Like, you have to watch it. It's the law. The comedic timing is unparalleled. I just love it. I just love it. Please go watch Nathan For You if you haven't because you will be happy you did. And then I also have a book recommendation for media. I know that in my September favorites, I was like, okay, I'm almost done with Crying in H Mart, so I'll finish it this month and tell you my final rating. However, that did not happen because I had to return the book to the library, unfortunately, so I was not able to finish it, but I returned it and then placed a hold on it for whenever there's one available so I can finish it because I can't not finish it. It's very good. I already talked about it last month. I got cut off at such the wrong time, but that's okay. So I'm still going to have to give you an update on that. Maybe it will be in my November favorites. But a book I have been reading since I had to return that one, I got a different book. I got Just Kids by Patti Smith, which is a memoir, question mark. I'm pretty sure it's a memoir, but it's just a book about Patti Smith, who is a poet, and Robert Mapplethorpe, who was a artist, photographer, kind of did it all. But Forgive Bones on Instagram recommended it to me, the homie. Love reading your comments on Instagram, and also thank you for the book recommendation because it's actually very, very good so far, and it is totally not something I would pick up on my own, but I'm so glad that I've been reading it because it's super interesting. Such an easy read, surprisingly. I don't know why I figured it wouldn't be, but it's surprisingly really easy to get through. It takes place in New York City in the late 60s and the 70s, and I think probably the fact that it is in New York City and they talk about a lot of places and specific areas there makes it a lot more interesting for me because I could directly place it in my mind, like, oh, she was there or they were there. And I just love the fact that it's a first-hand account of how their life was during that period, because I'm not super into history. Like, it was my least favorite subject in school, but like this is the kind of history I'm interested in. Having a first-hand account of how things were then and in an area that's familiar to me and that I am near now is super interesting and has kind of honestly changed my perspective a little bit. It, for one, has made me want to go to the city so bad now and just like want to live in the city and stuff like that, and just made me appreciate it more. And also it's super educational. I didn't know anything much about Mapplethorpe or Patti Smith before reading this, but now it made me super interested in them, so I think that's cool. And yeah, it's been a very good read, and it totally took me off guard because I thought that I'd struggle to get through it, but no, that was a great recommendation, so now I'm recommending it to you guys. So yeah, that's all of my media recs, and now the last category, of course, is food. My first food rec, I don't know if this counts, it's not really food, but Wintergreen Lifesaver Mints. I don't know what they put in there, but like, I'm genuinely addicted to them. It's not just like a this month thing. Since my senior year of high school, I've been addicted to them for some reason. I don't know why, but something about them is just so good. I feel like that's all I've been saying in this video. Something about them is just good. But it's true. They're the perfect mint. I don't like chewing gum. Gum creeps me out and weirds me out. The texture is just not, I hate it. But those mints, perfect. The perfect mint flavor, the perfect texture. They're kind of chalky, which I love. I also think that I love them a lot because of their chalky texture. And I have iron deficiency, so they say that people with iron deficiency enjoy chalky things. So I think that might also be why. But I'm obsessed with them. I go through phases of like, sometimes I can't stop thinking about them and like I'll get a big bag of them and just like eat them throughout the day for weeks on end. For a while I had to just stop eating them because I love them too much, and they're basically just sugar, so I just had to be like, nah. But I've been letting myself indulge a bit and they're just so good. Dare I say my favorite candy, even though is a mint really a candy, but like they're just my favorite and I love them. Another food favorite has been Andy Capp's hot fries, which is like a chip, so again, debatably categorized as a food, but they're something I eat that I have been enjoying. I only started eating them because none of the stores that are near me have hot Cheetos anymore, which is so disturbing to me and honestly just not allowed, but it happened and I was forced to choose my next best option, which were hot fries. But they are actually kind of good. They've been my chip of choice and I am a big chip person, so yeah, I guess they have landed their spot in my favorites. And with that, I think those are all my favorites for this month. I really had so much fun just chatting with you guys, talking about the things I like. What more could you want, you know? Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a amazing November, and I hope I do too, honestly, but fingers crossed I will have to update you in the November favorites. But I will see you in the next video. Later.